What up, YouTube? It's your boy JKG Brandon back with some Diablo Immortal content for you. This one, I've heard some rumors about the Reforged family sets actually stacking and being viable and potentially better than just going for stats. So what I did is I went in and I took some time, I reforged, and I got 3 sets going here of the Vengeance set because it just straight damage. And we'll kind of hop into there. Before I hop in there though, I want to say thank you guys for all the love and support on the channel and the videos. You guys are amazing. I want to try to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year so we can get monetized and potentially put it back into the channel, whether it's on my Diablo Immortal account doing something fun, or doing a different game, buying a different game, something like that with that YouTube money when it finally comes. I want to do something nice for you guys to show the love right back to you guys. But yeah, if you could hit that subscription button, it means the world to me. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. All right, so let's, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop in here. So if we look into the Reforged sets, right? So we kind of look, I did the Vengeance set here. I did on my chest piece, I was able to get, the shoulders and the main hand weapon on those. And if we actually come in here to the Reforge and we look at the Vengeance Stone, what it does for us, our primary attack is going to have a 2% chance to increase all damage that we deal by 100% for 1 second. Now, I have 3 sets now. And if I bring something up here, my good friend Veiled Shot put out a video today showing that I believe it's the Chinese patch notes translated, but before the patch the chance would actually go up with each set that you had. So if you had a full 6 pieces worth of your family sets, you would still have the 12% chance. Your cooldown would stay the same. However, you would do that would go from 100% damaging increase all the way up to 150% damage. However, after this most recent patch, they flipped it. So the internal cooldown is actually going to decrease. The damage is going to stay consistent at 100%. And the chance percent is actually going to, stay consistent, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. For me, with the 3 sets that I have, I'm looking at a 6% chance to proc it, 100%, damage increase. And then we're going to have a 27, we'll just call it a 30-second cooldown basically. If I go ahead and do a full 6 pieces with the Vengeance set, that would be a 13-second cooldown. And now it is also, it is one thing as well to kind of keep in mind. This is going to proc off of our, base attack. So our primary attack is going to be the one where it's going to be hitting. And so we are going to want to use something that we're going to want to use a lot, and we're going to hit a lot with. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to switch my main attack off of Frenzy and go back to, I'm going to switch it off of Lacerate and go back to Frenzy, just for that reason. Just because Lacerate, it does hit hard. However, with Frenzy, I believe we can actually get more chances. We're gonna do our attack much more often during that time. So I think we're gonna actually get more chances to proc it a little bit quicker, so to speak. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's hop up into, let's navigate over here to a nice little challenge rift. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're not going to try to push, super high or anything like that. We're not going to try to do one that I haven't been able to clear yet. We're just going to try to hit, something like 170, between 170 and 175, which I can clear pretty easily. And what I'm going to do during this time frame is I'm going to not really pay attention to a whole lot as far as the numbers on the screen. I'm gonna look to see if we can see that Vengeance set proc. I'm basically gonna kind of run through and try to use my base attack as many times as possible. That is kind of the thought process here. Because this is going to proc off of our base attack, I am gonna want to see if it can actually hit, and I want to see up above my head here. right above me in our buff bar. I just kind of want to see if we can actually get it to proc in here and see, if we can get that vengeance proc there. I know it's really easy to, look at the numbers and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm just kind of going through this, spamming my base attack. That's kind of the whole crux of this. That's why I went back to Frenzy just for this test. Because I want to try to see and give it as many chances to proc as possible, because I'm curious what kind of damage we can do there. That one looked like it was a nice 60 something K, so that might have been a proc. When I edit this, when I can really slow down the footage and kind of go frame by frame and stuff, if I do see like the icon pop up or anything like that, to show that it did proc, or just, based off of the the icons on the screen, if we do catch that as well, or the damage itself, I'll try to get a nice call out to that, highlight it and show that off, on screen. But let's go ahead and keep our Wrath of the Berserker going. I'm gonna basically spam Wrath of the Berserker and our base attack. We'll hit our sprint too, just to get that attack speed going, because we do get some more attack speed when we do that as well, even though it's just listed as movement speed. If we were moving faster, we're gonna attack faster, right? So that's just kind of what we got there. We got a nice Blessing of the Worthy proc. What is that one? Conduit Globe, Frenzied, Blessing of the Worthy. So Lightning Bolt is for the Conduit Globe. That's always a good time. I do enjoy the Conduit Globes. Those things hit really hard. For a second, I was hoping that was gonna be the Vengeance proc. I saw one for 71k. I don't know if that was gonna be like a Blessing of the Worthy proc, or if that was gonna be actually from that Vengeance. So hopefully we can speed that. Hopefully I can slow that down and see exactly if that icon shows up. Got a nice 50, 60k. And we do have a 27-second cooldown on this as well, so it is going to be about 30 seconds, roughly 30 seconds if we're just rounding up between procs. So it is going to be something along the lines of our, if we're talking barbarians, it's going to be something along the lines of like our demoralized buff. When we do that, like when we're running demoralized in our, party builds and stuff like that, where we're really trying to buff everybody else in our party's damage more than our own damage. That's definitely something to keep in mind. Also, just a little disclaimer, this is not a build guide by any stretch of the imagination. I see a lot of comments when, not just on my videos, on other people's videos, when we're trying to test something out or trying to experiment and do something a little different, that maybe doesn't necessarily have anything to, what we're actually trying to do doesn't necessarily always have, to do with the actual build. In this case, we're not testing a build at all. We're literally just testing out these, Reforged family sets. That's it. Whether it procs or not, hopefully we can catch it on camera. Like I said, if we do, I'll give it a nice little call out in the post and editing and stuff like that. If we don't catch it on camera right away, I'll kind of keep my eye out for it going forward and see if we can catch it at some point, in the future. And if I can catch it at some point in the future, I'll maybe put out like a YouTube short on it or something like that. But until then, again, this is just a little bit of an experiment, just, checking something out after this most recent patch that I heard about. Hadn't really thought about it until I saw, my buddy Veilshot's video today. So I figured I would go ahead and, rework mine. That's the sacrifice that we make as content creators. We are, we willingly test some things out that maybe are not going to be, the most optimal thing, right? So you can't always judge a content creator's build and stuff by, the way they're going through it. Now, if they're trying to tell you this is the best build or something like that, obviously, critique it to high heaven, right? But in a situation like this where we're just, you know, testing something out, you know, we're not really looking at the build itself. So don't stress on the skills and all that kind of stuff. I didn't catch a proc with my own eyes, so when I edit this back and put it out there, if it did proc, I'll put it like a little call out on the screen and try to, you know, freeze frame it and show where it hits, something like that. But yeah, it's definitely going to be something I will revisit in a few weeks. I'm going to try to get all 6 pieces of my gear set to a Vengeance family set, just because why not? We'll have, you know, what, 13-second cooldown, so we can effectively proc that, you know, what, 4 maybe 5 times a minute, which would be absolutely insane. And that will be something that would be really cool to see, you know, because we're gonna have a big increase in our damage if we do that. So it's something I'm gonna look at. Again, I'll keep an eye on it going forward. And as always, guys, if you like this video, if you like the videos that I do here, go ahead and smash that like button and hit that subscription, you know, hit that subscription button and that notification bell, so you know when I upload, you don't miss a thing. That being said, if you have any other ideas or you want to see me test something specific out, caveat, I don't have any of the new Barbarian Legendary pieces yet, so as I get those, I'll try to test those. If I get them all in one big lump and everything, I'll try to test, you know, combinations out, but until I get those, I can't test those. But if there's something you want to see, you know, a specific Barbarian skill that I haven't touched on, or a specific, you know, piece of gear that I haven't touched on previously, definitely let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to hear from you and what you want to see. That being said, guys, until I see you in the next one, I love you guys. Peace.